Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Aquarius. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is another reading for the week of July 3rd through the 9th, 2023, but do understand that energy is timeless. So anytime that you're seeing this, if the message or the title resonates with you, then there could be messages for you. I'm going to go ahead and start laying out the cards. You guys are like my last card, or my last reading of the night. I'm a little behind, but I've got to get some sleep. So we have a lot going on this week as we get into it. On Monday, we've got the full buck moon, and that's a super moon, and it's going to be in Capricorn. So I did a reading at the end of 2022, and it's called the 13 full moons of 2023. And if you skip ahead to halfway through, because we're halfway through the year, it's time-stamped. You'll notice that the cards that I pulled were, I pulled a crystal message card for serpentine, and that's this stone right here, and it looks like, kind of like a serpent's skin. It's all different colors of green, and almost like a snake or a dragon, where they shed their skin, shed their scales, whatever, and transform into something new. It's all about transformation. So a lot of us are going to be shedding our old skin and transforming our lives in some way, shape, or form, upgrading, right? And then I also pulled the Hanged Man with the Herb Crafter's Tarot deck, which also is represented by burdock. And I think it's like a tree or a shrub or something. But if you have burdock in or around your home, or you can find some, it may bring in some extra added luck or abundance. But the Hanged Man is all about kind of being in like a pause, a period of wait. It's like being in a timeout, whether you put yourself in it or somebody put you in it, right? And it's so you can like sit and think, like look at something from a different perspective. Think outside the box, if you will, and just really think about things and decide which direction that you want to take. Then the last card that I pulled was a card. It was number 41, and it stands for imagination. And I feel like either you've got a really great imagination or very creative, or you're dealing with somebody around you who does, but it's going to take that creativity, it's going to take the imagination in order for you to transform and move into this next stage of life. And that's what you're doing in this Hanged Man position. You're using your imagination to manifest and put yourself, like believing, and putting yourself into that situation where you desire to be, right? Because the moon's in Capricorn, it's also a great time to focus on career, business, finance, resources, and practical achievement. Okay, practical being key term, especially since we're in Neptune retrograde. We're about to be in like 7 different retrogrades right now. So if you've been feeling like you can't make a decision, you don't know what's going on, believe me, you are not the only person. And because it's a full moons provide clarity and extra added energy in any situation. So it's the best time for spells, doing spell work of any kind, except for love spells. Don't do love spells, because don't do love spells when they're when it goes against somebody's free will. Okay, you can do love spells that call in your divine partner, that call in who you're meant to be with. But when you get specific and you're like, oh, please bring in Joe, please bring in, I don't know, Mark, please bring, I don't know names, but you're taking that free will away from those people, right? What you want to call in is who is meant for you, okay? And that's when you do love spells. But full moon is a great time to cleanse your stones, make moon water, do ritual baths. Something around water is always good. So before I go any further, let's call in our spirits for higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for Aquarius, please. Thank you, spirits. And then, so on the 4th of July, oh, that's interesting. So on the 4th of July, we have got, I just got done saying free will. I don't know why I went on a tangent about it. And then look, top of the deck, that's the card that I pulled, free will. Card number 13. Can't make that up if I tried. Underneath the deck is creation, which we were talking about imagination and creation, and that's what this is. I think Cancer also got the creation card. So that you might have some synergy there with the Cancer card. Oh, I don't know. That was a little bit of a rough reading. But okay, back to the 4th of July on Tuesday. Happy 4th of July to those of us in the U.S., my U.S. Viewers that are watching. What's really cool is the moon is in Aquarius, your sign, which is air sign energy on the 4th. And that symbolizes free thinking, personal freedom, ideas and solutions, and it's an auspicious time to go your own way. So it's talking literally about freedom and independence and, free thinking. And it's the 4th of July, which is all about freedom, so that's really cool. Then on Thursday, we've got, that's on the 6th, the moon in Pisces, water energy. It's all about balancing your earthly desires with your spiritual pursuits. So, materialism and stuff like that, it's like balancing. Like, what do you really need? What do you not? What can you donate? What can you give away? Take it as it resonates. Saturday, the 8th, we have the moon in Aries, fire energy. It's all about short-term projects and starting fresh, starting anew. That's why getting rid of stuff is always great, because that allows you to make room for more to come in. And then speaking on that, on the last quarter moon, it's a great time. Last quarter moon is on Sunday. It's a great time to clean house, finish projects, work magic to release and let go of things that you don't need anymore. That includes relationships. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius, please? Underneath the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. That's a messenger. Could be somebody younger than you. Pentacles are Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. So it could be somebody with those signs, or have it somewhere in their chart, or you could. But I feel like you're going to be getting a message about finance, new career opportunity, just new opportunity in general of some sort. It really could be a message of any kind. That's what Page of Pentacles is, but it's a message coming in for you. Wheel of Fortune could have to do with fortune for sure. 5 of Pentacles, being left out in the cold. Ooh, and then the 10 of Swords. Okay, this falls very in line with not just Cancer, but also Scorpio. Had some of the same energy. So you could be dealing with one of those two signs. The song that I had on pre-shuffle for you, Aquarius, when I was getting the cards ready, is Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. It talks about happiness struck her like a bullet in the sun or something. But basically, the whole song is talking about finding happiness and realizing that any hardships that you're facing or that you've been experiencing are a thing of the past. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a very catchy song. I love Florence and the Machine. It always reminds me of summer too, because like the dog days of summer, but it's the dog days are over. You could have been dealing with somebody who was a dog, wasn't treating you right. May have been calling in, may have been calling in somebody. God, you may have been dealing with a Cancer. Take it as it resonates. Not all Cancers are bad. But I will say this, if you are dealing with a Cancer, you're an air sign. Cancers are water sign. Water and air don't always go together very well. I'm Scorpio, take it from me, I know this. It's in most romantic relationships. Friendships and stuff, that's different, but romantic relationships for sure. So, interesting. So Saturn return, bottom of the deck, age. You could be experiencing your Saturn return or dealing with somebody who has or is. Saturn return, I don't know why it's card number 50, because Saturn returns are like around the age of 26 and then again at 60. So you may know somebody around those ages. Top of the deck. Pluto transformation. I want to say we're also in Pluto retrograde right now also. Card number 11. 11 deals with twin flame, divine partners. Now, I will say, the whole twin flame journey may sound amazing, but it's not. Like, it can be good, but like once you find them and if you guys are balanced. But if you're not, then it's like a runner-chaser type of deal. And it's exhausting, okay? Exhausting, the twin flame journey. But we'll go more into that in just a second. It's so funny. I'm like sitting here looking at, like, thank you, Florence and the Machine. You literally, like, you guys just need to go and listen to the song because that's the spread right there. It's literally what I'm looking at. Your dog days are over. I might even use that in the title. I don't know. I don't know if that's infringement. Okay. Underneath the deck, we've got Full Moon in Virgo, Take Inspired Action. Top of the deck, First Quarter Moon in Taurus, Release Control. Ooh, that's hard for you guys. I know that much. My mom's an Aquarius. I know this. Okay, so, where are my books? So, starting out with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Card number 13. Okay, so in the tarot, number 13 stands for the Death card, which is the sign of Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or have it somewhere in your chart. But what I like about the number 13, okay, first off, something could be happening on the 13th of this month. That would be significant for you, but also 1 + 3 = 4. 4 talks about stability, foundation, house, home. You know, literally the four corners of which surrounds you. Decisions require actions. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over anybody else's. So you have to make these decisions for yourself. I literally sat there and talked about, you know, love spells and free will. Like, you have to do what's best for you. Okay? Oh, and funny that I said that because reading on, it says, contrary to popular belief, in witchcraft traditions, practitioners do not interfere with another's free will. This means that we do not cast spells upon people to influence their behavior. How do we get what we want instead? We cast on ourselves in line with our will, focusing carefully on what we would like in our lives instead. For example, instead of casting a spell to get back our ex-boyfriend who doesn't want us by influencing his will to love us again, we more ethically cast upon ourselves for our ideal partner. Literally what I was saying. They just said it better. I can't make that up. So then let's look at creation, number 39. You can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation, save money and time, have a reserve. So there's a good reason for saying busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Like the beaver, we too can create with industriousness and vigor. This moon is the moon of taking action. So the time to take action is now. And by taking action now, I feel like by the time of the beaver and moon, which is in November, you should see a lot of change. You should, see the fruition which you're trying to manifest come into form. So going into the tarot, underneath the deck, like I said, the Page of Pentacles, you've got a message coming in. This message could be coming from, someone else who may be younger than you. Doesn't have to be. But it has to do with the fortune, Wheel of Fortune, the direction that you've been. It could be like with money going out, money that you have put out or something. Because we've got the Five of Pentacles, which means being left out in the cold. money that you gave. Maybe you were feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you felt like you weren't getting what you needed or what you required. But there's an end to this situation. And when I say end, it's the Ten of Swords, which is air sign energy. And that's you, Aquarius. It's like done. Like it's not going to repeat itself again. And wheels, even the Wheel of Fortune, is all about endings and beginnings. So I feel like there's something that's coming to an end. I don't feel like it's your fortune. I feel like that's going to be changing for the better for you, right? But I feel like it's the end of this feeling left out in the cold, this end of struggle, this I just looked down and I realized transformation, because again, serpentine, transformation. I feel like this is a very transformative time for you. And so this is like the end of struggle for sure. And the dog days are over, right? You don't need to worry about that anymore. It's a completely new time for you, a shift in perspective. You need to release control of something though, because that's why this is coming up, the first quarter moon in Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus somewhere in your chart. But you need to release control of that situation and then take inspired action, which is what the Will card was talking about. In order for any of this to transpire the way that you want it to, you have to take action now. Now. Okay? But let's read into these and see what they have to say, because I want to check out that Saturn return. So, 11. People living deeply have no fear of death. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. So, this dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris and also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings, much like the Wheel of Fortune. It is not a card of physical death per se. Since our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not right and things going down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. Oh, that's weird. If you guys have been watching the news lately and everything that happened. If you're in a relationship that has been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It is very important not to try and control things. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while, although some of these changes may be painful ones. That said, this is a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms: great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intense and consuming. So, the Pluto card in brief. Oh wait, real quick. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you have always thought. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively, rejuvenation, healing, and birth. So the corresponding tarot card to this is the Six of Swords, and that talks about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And it's also smoother communication as well. You're able to get your ideas, your words, any kind of communication at all, across a lot more easily. And the key ideas behind this is transformation, which is all about, what this month has to deal with. Endings, beginnings, new ways, the end of the old, and intensity. Because the dog days are over. You're no longer struggling. Now it's moving forward with what you want to do, how you want to do it, Aquarius. I like it. Okay, number 50, Saturn return, age. So the corresponding tarot card to this is Judgment. Somebody's making a judgment on you, or you're making a judgment about a situation. Key ideas behind Saturn return is difficulties, paying your dues, moving to the next level, putting the past behind you, correction. Yep. It's endings and beginnings. You have to pay your dues. You You may feel a sense of timing out. If any partnership is now being formed, that lover or partner may be older or in better standing than you. Pessimism may figure in and you may be compelled to give up on something that you believed in dearly. Saturn returns tend to bring on rough passages, but also a harvest. You're now at a time when you understand things better than you did even a year ago. It's time to be brave and face this important passage. There are no quick fixes when this card turns up. Know what you can do and cannot do. Take life in a measured way, much like this planet of time already does. Let go of your illusions, for they do not serve you. You're down to the brass tacks now. Time to see what you are made of. Yeah, so, okay, it takes 29 years. So, about 29 years for your first Saturn return, and then age of 60 when you become aware of your own morality. So when this card is drawn, it may feel as if nothing goes right for you, and you may feel very discouraged. So this is bottom of the deck, and you could have already been dealing with that feeling, but again, this is now behind you because now you're in an energy of transformation, and all of this is now transforming. You just need to release control and take action now. It mentioned it here, it mentioned it here, and it mentioned it there. Also, definitely go check out the Cancer reading because I feel like that has a strong pull for you. That Page of Pentacles, you may be even getting like a message from a Cancer if it's like a younger Cancer energy. But there's definitely a situation here that is completely over. And you're moving on. And I feel like when you move on, you're going to be moving on to the Wheel of Fortune. Bigger, brighter, better things. The first card is always the strongest anyway. So that's definitely your card, the Wheel of Fortune there. But just, if you're still feeling, any kind of leftover stagnant energy, anything that just feels icky, just know that it's about to be put in the past. So that's what I have for you this week, Aquarius. I hope that this reading gave you insight, clarity, answers. And if so, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below. If you'd like to dive down deeper and into a personal, where I, look into your storyline intimately, I have all of my contact information in the description below. Also, if you'd like to drop a tip or a donation to help the channel grow, always appreciated, definitely needed, but always appreciated. And what else was I going to say? Oh, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Duh. I just hit over 500 subscribers already, and the channel's continuing to grow. Love it so much. So, but as you know, it's together we grow. So I always enjoy doing your readings. I very much look forward to reading for you again next week. So I hope you have a fantastic week. I will see you on the flip side, and have a happy 4th of July. Peace, Aquarius.